Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Bullets and Brushes.
And brushes is
Dude,
finally
he's got
here.
the beard this time, and I don't.
This is going away at Valentine's Day. My girlfriend comes in the 16th of February. Is that something along that?
14th.
14th. Yeah, comes in the 14th, and she thinks this is too bushy anyway. So as soon as she gets here, I'm gonna show up and pick her up with this on, and then when I get home, I'm gonna shave it immediately.
School starts this next week.
Oh,
that's gonna be fun.
Some schools have already started.
Why don't you take that fitness class? It's literally it gives you one credit hour, and you can take it as many times as you want. You just have to log in like 3 hours a week at the school gym.
Because I don't want to pay for it.
You don't have to pay for it. Well, I mean, it's a course. Yeah,
but you have to pay. You have to pay.
I don't worry about that because mine's covered by the VA.
Mine's not. God. I love when people are like, oh, you should just take that. Oh, you want to pay for the class? You want to pay for it?
So you have to pay for the gym membership if you go to school there? Or can you just go to the gym
If
there?
you take a class, you have to pay for the hour.
No, I'm saying, but like, going to school there...
The gym might be probably free, yeah.
No. So you can just come in there and work out with me whenever I do my class stuff.
Why am I going to work out with you?
Because you said you want to get sexy for summer.
No, I don't. I don't give a shit what I look like for summer.
We said we were going to do a fitness series.
You all... fuck that.
You said... It was your idea!
I don't want to do it anymore.
I have to put on about 10 to 15 pounds before Comic-Con so I can look good in my skin-tight suit.
And I'm only going one day, by the way.
What the fuck?
I got to pay for car repairs here soon. Which means it's going to... I mean, I've got...
You're saying you can't afford the ticket, you can't afford to take off work.
I'm not going to... I can pay for one day.
Are you saying you can't afford the ticket or you can't afford to take off work?
No, I'm saying I'm about to lose all the savings I have for my car.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to, once I pay for that, I got to work again.
So what you're saying is you can't afford to take off work is what I'm saying.
Well, I could.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just don't want to.
So you're just going to be there with me on Saturday then? That'll be the
Probably.
Deadpool day?
Probably.
So for half that day, I'll be going as Deadpool so we can still do some of our other video stuff rather than me just looking like a jackass. Why? My friend Taylor's coming up for this shit.
I've got, there's one signature I need. There's one. And it's Stephen Amell's. And one, you got to pay for autographs. And you're going to have to stand in line for hours.
There's so much other shit to do at Comic-Con than just get a fucking autograph.
And that's all I'm really worried about.
Is the autograph.
Yep.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am also going to get a lot of shit, 50 Cent comics.
It's Comic-Con. A lot of hot cosplayers.
They really don't get my gears going. I'm just saying, man. It's hard right now to be caring about shit about me blowing money when I'm not going to have any. When you don't have any money, that kind of hinders a few things.
You need to get a better job.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be looking at internships, which means I'm just going to be a little busier.
Go with try applying to Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Fuck that.
For sales? Dude, some of those guys make almost 6 figures a year.
I'm not driving that far.
For 6 figures a year?
I could, but not right now, not while I'm in school.
It's really not that far. It takes me like 12 minutes.
You're also closer to the highway than I am.
But I go right from school usually.
No, that is pretty close, yeah.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
And you just take the back way College Boulevard to, whatchamacallit? The Casey Road.
Yeah.
You just go up that way and then hop on 435.
Yep. I could.
And you also beat all the traffic.
You also know I don't like people, right?
So? You're a server.
I don't... Just because I do it doesn't mean I like it. I have a job to cover my expenses. There's a reason I have all my art and my hobbies and my comic books and my video games outside of that so I can remain happy. My job does not define my happiness. If it defined my happiness, I would have been dead already. I'm still not. Yes, I am a server, and I work for a restaurant that very fucking across the nation, and I absolutely hate it.
So, what are your plans for Valentine's Day then? Have you made plans, or are you just gonna wing it?
No, we're gonna go to Kyoto Japanese Steakhouse.
They're always good.
Um,
Like a hibachi where they cook in front of you,
Yep.
or no, they're always good.
it's just down the street
They're
from
fun.
here. Because we talked about it. It's
Oh,
like,
the place right up on 153rd, right?
no, it's 100.
51st.
There's 130. Well, one on 135th. It's across the street from where I work.
Because I know there's another place like that that's right by up my house.
Yeah, it's by the hen house.
Oh, okay.
No, we're kind of. She has that she's gonna be here Thursday morning, and she leaves Monday night, so she's gonna be here for a while. We're gonna go comic book store hunting.
You can finally get laid.
No, I can't. What would be the one reason for saying that I can't?
Her dad's coming.
No.
What, her period's planned out for that?
Yeah. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother the shit out of me either.
It's the females that's got to deal with it, and she can't. So, but that's fine. I get it. I know. I get to wait another, 6 months.
Do you see this look of like,
I know. I know. I know, man. I know.
Jesus.
Maybe
There.
she's trying to change up her schedule. She's trying.
Was she on birth control?
Hmm.
So she's gonna try to switch the pills around a little bit.
She's gonna try to fuck with them a little bit. Have her little chemistry experiment.
If she doesn't take the sugar pill, she will never get off her period. Or, I mean, she'll never start her period. If she just keeps going through with like the regular pills
Oh,
and
yeah.
not the sugar ones, she won't have a period.
We're not worried. I mean, no, we need to have the period. That is the one thing that saves us from all evils. Because I know. Because here's
Skip it for a month.
I know. Because if she skips it for a month, she's gonna worry, and it's gonna be a pain in my ass.
How is it gonna work? You're on birth control.
It doesn't always work. And funny enough, I've actually known 2 people that are on birth control and gotten pregnant.
Yeah, it happens, but it's
Yeah, I know, but out of like the group that I hang around, like there's not a lot of those people, and you know that.
yeah.
And when and my circle's very small, and out of the 5 girls that are in my inner circle, 2 of them have gotten pregnant and they're on birth control. That's not a very good percentage.
They probably forgot to take it one day.
40%, that's really bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Belly over here.
Yeah. If y'all can't tell, I'm ready for baseball season again. It's hard for me to deal with all this stuff. Sports have been a disaster. National title game was really cool. I hated working it because I had teenagers all night. And for those of you that don't know, who don't work in the restaurant industry, teenagers are evil.
Teenagers are evil in general.
I was never that bad.
Teenage girls are almost retarded.
Oh my god!
Like literally. I see some of the stuff that gets posted. It's like, what are you thinking? You do realize that you're 4 years in high school.
Oh,
It's literally-
story.
Yeah, give me a second. 4 years of your life. That is high school. Is literally what? 0.5%? Or
Of what?
2% of your life?
It would be less than that.
Yeah. Guess what? When you go to college,
No,
you ain't gonna be with that boyfriend anymore, and you're probably gonna turn into a hoe.
If you live for 100 years, high school would be 4%.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little over.
5% of your life. And your best years come after high school.
It's
all
gonna
the
be a
fun.
little higher than that.
And now if you guys don't go to college, you guys just kind of hang out and live off your parents, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
If you lived at 80, high school's 10%. 4 years.
It's 5%.
What?
5%. You live to 80.
240. Oh yeah. Yep. I got you. Sorry, I was doing the math in my head, and then as I said it, it went out.
It's not good at math.
I am very good at math.
You did that shit to me when I was trying to think.
And I said out loud, and then all of a sudden, what was up here did not come out correctly.
Exactly. So you
So
told me good-
story,
Oh, sorry, I forgot
story. I have never, in the history of me working, I mean, between my two older brothers and I, we've have like 38 to 40 years experience in the restaurant industry. Which, one, for those of you that get there, get the hell out. And it's just aggravating. You got to get it. Move on. But today was the first time I had ever seen or heard anything like this. Training the guy at work. Not a problem. He's already worked. I've seen him. I know he works at the bar. He knows his stuff. He's fine. He's taking care of one of my tables. The guy asked for the checks. He brings him the check. The guy had the check for like 10 minutes, like writing on the ticket and everything. I mean, he was like, he'd look up and he'd kind of look like he was doing math, and then he'd write stuff down.
So is this a math story? This
is at work. This is a stupid person at work.
So this isn't a stupid teenage girl story.
No, this is a stupid adult. This is a stupid adult at work with tipping. Their tab was $61.30. Right? He left me $6, and at that point I was like, that was fucking useless. I put the check, the receipt, and everything in my little book.
He wrote $61.30 for the total.
No. I look at the receipt that I gave him. It was a long receipt. He had wrote how much the liquor added up to, which was like $17.50. He subtracted that from the total sales before tax, which was like 58.
Figure out his tip.
Which was 58 something. He subtracted that and he tipped me on food sales before taxes.
Dude, people just need to get slapped nowadays. Oh, I have a story of stupid people. So at the Blues game, I almost threw someone down from the top flight of stairs. Did Caleb mention
No.
Oh my fucking god!
You're at a hockey game.
I don't care. There's being rowdy and fun and like all that shit, and there's shit just being fucking rude and obnoxious
and stupid. Yeah, I know.
So the game was went to the game. It was a Red Wings Blues game. Red Wings were up. We were at the Blues Stadium, so obviously they were Blues fans. Well, right at the end of, or really close to the end of play, the Blues scored to tie it. Well, the jackass behind us jumped up, threw his hands up into the air, hit. I don't know why they had tiles up there. I'm gonna kill him.
Your crotch is ringing.
I'll get back to this. Hey, babe.
Usually, my phone goes off. This time, it's all his fault. I'm so glad it's not me. So glad it's not me. Oh, now he's pissing him off. Yeah, I told you not to call me while I was recording. I was in the middle of recording.
Like I said, women are fucking retarded. So, back to the story. So, game winning goal, guy throws his hand there, and for some reason, why the fuck do you put ceiling tiles in a stadium? At the top of the rafters. That should all be concrete. That's just all that should be. So it falls down. We're with my wife's cousin and her boyfriend. Well, it falls down and it hits my cousin or her cousin in the head really hard and leaves a dent in the ceiling tile. It's not a very soft thing. So, needless to say, one of the guys who wasn't drunk was trying to be nice about it. The other guy was just being a total asshole, trying to say, oh, it's just styrofoam, it doesn't weigh anything. All that shit. Me, having my anger issues that I do have, I just decided to get up and go and get a security guard, who did absolutely fucking nothing. He stood up there while they just kept on talking and harassing us. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there. I just want to throw this guy down the fucking stairs. I'd get away with it just because I have PTSD from the military. You don't endanger my wife or me. It's cause for you just to get your ass kicked or die falling down 30 flights of concrete stairs. Either way, I probably wouldn't have given two fucks. Like, you hit someone in the head, at least apologize. We were wearing Red Wings stuff because my wife's a fan of the Red Wings. Her cousin who got hit in the head was a Blues fan. He was trying to say he doesn't give a fuck about Red Wings fans, even though the person next to us wasn't a Red Wings fan. They're in for the Houghton team.
By the way,
Needless to say, the Red Wings won in overtime with 2.2 seconds left. So go fuck yourself, dipshit.
by the way, how the hell did your wife become a Detroit Red Wings fan?
Her brother.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
Because he played hockey for a long ass time. He was really good until he blew out his knee. And he was always a Red Wings fan.
Okay, that's fair. I give you all that one. And what is it with your wife saying that every NBA player is her boy?
I don't fucking know.
Are you kidding me? Don't get me wrong. His wife, she's awesome. She's fun to be around. Every time I get on Facebook, her boy is doing something. But her boy is not the same guy. Every time, it's a different team. I mean, shit, I can't wait. I mean, even college. Are you kidding me? And her answer to me, gotta keep things interesting. Okay.
So next time I try to stick it in her ass, I should try to say I'm trying to keep things interesting.
Yeah. God.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's 3 gallons of bullshit in a 2-gallon bucket.
Oh, bullshit. Yeah.
That's bullshit. Oh my god.
So needless to say, with all that story, I probably could have been arrested for a night and would have gone home the next day. But I
didn't hear that story. She didn't tell me that.
Oh my fucking god. I almost wish you had tried to put my hands... because, Kaylin's loud. And
Yeah.
it can be that way.
Yeah. She definitely does not keep to herself.
You put your hands on my wife. That's it. You're a seat above me. You're already intoxicated. You're just going over. It's just...
She's kind of antagonistic, isn't she?
She is, but when you get hit in the head with the fucking...
Right, yeah. I'm not saying that was right or wrong. Oh, and since we're on this whole sports and assholes thing, people ask me, I got asked the other day at work, somebody goes, they're like, do you even like sports? And your wife, by the way, and, spoke for me, in which I about unleashed a level of hell, which... Unless you hear something come out of my mouth, I didn't say it. Now, I love sports. I've grown up playing sports. I love all kinds of sports.
Pencils are offensive. They say Negro.
Where? That's negro. You're an idiot.
Yes, I know it's Spanish, dipshit.
I love baseball. I love basketball. I mean, I like football. I mean, I'm not a big professional NFL fan, but I do love football. This guy knows Notre Dame's my school. I'm going to follow Notre Dame till the day I die. But my thing with fans, and why I've gotten so out of the sports loop the past few years and kept my mouth shut.
They're ignorant. No one knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Beyond that, there's that. I can understand being ignorant. I mean, I can live with that because I can make you feel bad. What is it about people in a bar, let's say,
God,
that makes you just have to be antagonistic? Why do you have... What is...
It's called Little Dick Syndrome.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's part of the reason why I don't drink as well, because I watch people do stupid stuff. Sports and alcohol don't mix. We know that.
If you're at home and you're with friends and you're all rooting for the same team,
that's fine.
Acceptable.
But if you're in a bar, we'll take, for example, the World Series. We live in Kansas City. That was a huge deal. Monster. It was a monster deal. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan, as we can see. I wasn't cheering for Kansas City. Not once. And during the playoffs, when the Cardinals were still in it, one night some Cardinals fans came in. This couple sat down. They kept to themselves. They watched their game. The Royals fans at the end of the bar were just yelling at them and bashing the hell out of them for losing. And they were yelling at these two people, talking about how bad the Cardinals suck.
There's a difference between playful banter between teams and just being a total fucking dick.
There,
I can playfully banter all day between teams. Me and my wife do all the time between KU and UNC.
we got where I work. We have Auburn fans come in, and for those of you who live around here and watch this video, you're gonna know exactly where I work now. But when they were playing Wisconsin in whatever bowl game they were in, I was taking care of a guy that was a Wisconsin fan. Kept to himself. He'd clap when his team did well. He was being a normal fan. At one point, there was a penalty flag thrown. It was against Wisconsin. And then Wisconsin ended up throwing like a touchdown pass on the next play. And this group of Auburn people, like 3 of them, yelled across the entire bar, "It's easy to win when you cheat."
You can't. The refs are who call the game. Not the players, not the coaches. It's the fucking refs. All I gotta say on that is I don't know why they say teams cheat. No, they do whatever they're gonna do.
We watched the Notre Dame Florida State game for my birthday. My dad, my family friend, my mom, and I. And were you really cheering for them that night?
Who?
Notre Dame.
No.
Those were about the only 4 cheering for Notre Dame. 2 people really didn't. I guess 3 people really didn't give a shit. But then everybody else there wanted Florida State to win, but they didn't say anything because it was my birthday. They wouldn't have said anything anyway because we were at my house.
I would have if I cared anything about Florida State, but I'm an asshole.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you gave a shit.
Yeah.
But everybody just.
I gave you guys shit, but I didn't really give a shit.
I mean, we just let the game go. They just let it be what it was. We all hung out, had a great time.
Yeah.
But these people, God, there's no if you get in a fight with somebody over an athletic event that you didn't take part in, kill yourself.
Although soccer fights are awesome.
I had a fist fight breakout at work during the Florida State Auburn national title game.
But like live soccer games, those fights are awesome.
I can't wrap my head around oh God, Kevin Garnett, Jesus Christ.
I never liked him since he left Minnesota.
The dude's a monster of an athlete, but Jesus. These guys...
He's a really skinny guy, though.
I'm pretty sure he'd beat the shit out of not Dwight Howard.
No. And that was the thing. I saw that it was Dwight Howard that he headbutted. I was like, what the fuck was he thinking?
I mean, I think he'd be scrappy. I think he's got
Dwight Howard got a hold of him and started squeezing his neck. I mean...
Yeah, I just...
God damn, it's a long video.
I know we talked about it on the first day. We were going to talk about video games and stuff, and like everybody keeps, I keep hearing stuff about, violent video games, do.
Oh, did you read the?
Does your son or daughter watch sports? Yeah. Do you also realize that sports give off the same kind of chemical reactions as playing certain video games? Why is that?
Competition.
Because competition. I mean, my girlfriend texted me the other day, and she said she was at work, and she was just like, "Oh God, save me!" And I go, "What's wrong?" And she goes, "I made some comment about wanting to go see the new American Sniper movie," and it was like, and I was like, "All right." She goes, "I put my headphones in after that conversation. When I took my headphones back out, the people at my work were talking about guns and violence, and they're so surprised that their child knew the name of a gun from a video game." I texted her back going, "It's awesome. It's kind of funny that you say that because most video games can't use the real names of a gun anyway."
Yeah, Call of Duty can.
Not all of them.
Well,
a lot of them.
Well, they have some made up stuff, but
they can't. They don't have the name. They don't have the rights to all of them.
No, there's individual companies that they would buy it from.
Yep. There's just way too much. I can't do this shit anymore.
Who wants some Aztec salsa?
It's not that good. I ate the chips by itself.
Oh, actually, that's kind of tasty. I like roasted corn and black beans.
You want to take it? Take it.
Fuck it. I got some chips at home.
This whole, I've been in the few.
But did you ever hear the argument about they were trying to take a game off of Steam Greenlight because people thought it was too violent? It is literally you've heard of Postal and Postal 2, right? The old games. It's like that, where it's indiscriminate killing, and it's just for the fuck of it.
There are some games I think take it too far.
It takes it too far, but it's still freedom of speech. I mean, some of the shows out there, people are killing indiscriminately.
Any villain in any movie.
Yeah. But it was like it got like an 83% for the green light. And if everybody knows Steam Greenlight, it's a rating system where people can check out the game and they vote of whether they want it to be on there to buy or not. It got an 83%. Steam took it off for a while because they were getting flack from whoever, the MSRP. Not MSRP, fucking ESRB. Because of how violent it was. And how indiscriminate killing it was. And it was literally just like you were just like a psycho on a rampage. Guess what? There are movies about that shit. There's plenty of other media. There's books. Everything else. Why would you...
There are sociopaths.
Why would you take one avenue, which is video games, of media, and say that it has to be held to a different standard? It's not right.
There's a reason we have the ESRB rating.
So that your kids don't play shit. I mean, if it got an NC-7, like an adults-only rating,
right? Yeah,
fine, I'm cool with that. I'm an adult. I can buy it.
I understand. I mean, and again, when it comes to stuff like that, I think there is a time and a place for kids to see things and do things.
The thing about the game, though, was it wasn't even like a GTA experience where it was like
first-person
shooter. It was like a top-down, like, turn-and-gun shooter. Like,
right, and here...
So it wasn't even like super realistic graphics. It wasn't like ultra-realistic killing. Unlike you can do on GTA now.
And here's what I'm saying. Here's the point I'm making. I mean, I'm the youngest of three boys. I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. And for those of you that don't know... Mortal Kombat was the start of the ESRB. They were the ones that caused that rating system to be put in place.
General Custer's Revenge should have been the reason.
God.
You remember that shit?
Holy Moses. But what I'm saying...
That game was so wrong on so many fucking levels.
But, I mean, but the thing is, I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. And if, and I had two older brothers ahead of me telling me, don't get in fights. Don't just start fights. Anything that happens on this game, don't repeat. Don't repeat with your actions. How hard is it? Even my mom and dad told me, it's not real.
I have always wanted to uppercut somebody like that, though.
I'm not saying that I don't.
That bus video. Going to jail.
I'm not saying that I haven't wanted to do it, but I don't for the consequences. It's just the people that are complaining about this stuff and that complain about it a lot.
They've never been in a fight in their life. They don't know.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But that's the kind of people that it is. They don't understand what is going on. They think that this is what caused it, but if they've never been put in that situation before, they don't know what actually causes that kind of shit.
They're also the same people that don't pay attention to their children.
Very true.
That's the point I'm making. I had two older brothers. I hung out with my two brothers all the damn time. We played video games together. They told me what I could and could not do. They told me what was real and what was not. It's not a matter... I mean, sure, yeah. When you get put into a fight, you're going to start doing things that you probably never would do ever again. I mean, nothing that you do on a daily basis. But, god damn it. This shit about... Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they're saying hypnosis does it. Oh, it made me do it. It made you? I learned it from a video game.
What do you think Eminem has so many fucking lawsuits against him for the shit he says? He gets blamed for people on their own actions. No. There's a thing called personal accountability. That each person makes their own decisions for themselves. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And...
Uncle Sam didn't force me to go into the military. I chose to.
My girlfriend's dad always says, and she kind of gives me shit because I sound like him all the time, but it's like, your choices, you have choices. And every choice has a consequence.
Yeah.
And when you make choices, you have to live with those consequences.
Whether it's a good consequence or a bad consequence. There's some very good consequences, and there's some really bad consequences.
If you're, 16 and having unprotected sex, Is it possible to get pregnant? Is that really fun? Is that really good, a fun thing to be having at that point?
I
in
mean,
time?
if you can get on MTV and make a shit ton of money from them.
And then, almost lose your baby 4 times already? I mean,
Like my Super Sweet 16 shit. Like, those are the kind of people that piss me off. Like, you literally have no control over your child. There's a very clear word that is it's 2 letters. It's only 2 fucking letters. That if you put those 2 letters together in the correct order, so you can stop someone from doing something. Or you can get them in trouble later for doing it. Say no. That's what I tell chicks. I mean, just say no. Say no to drugs. Sorry, say no to your fucking kids.
I've said no for a very, very long time. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I've never done pot. I've never done any sort of hardcore drug. I just don't do it. Because, one, I've seen the images of what people look like. You ever seen a meth head? You ever seen a coke head? They're not any better.
Those aren't so bad.
So, those hardcore
The
guys...
hardcore ones, like, they have, like, holes in their fucking septum and
Right,
shit.
what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I've seen the severe consequences of drugs and alcohol. And I just don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
Marijuana's okay in my book. It helps with my PTSD.
There have been some studies that show some kids, if they do it when they're young enough, they can get addicted to it.
Just like drinking. Just like cigarettes. Or like everything else that should have an 18+ label on it.
And and that's the thing is, and don't get me wrong, I know there are a lot of benefits to weed, but at the same time,
But here's the thing, the euphoria and all that other shit that comes with it, the stuff that is actually like medicinal can be removed from it, and you can not get high and still use it, and it still stops cancer reproduction.
And guess what? Did you also know that you can get high by breathing oxygen?
Oh, dude, that's straight oxygen shit.
No. Why? I mean, shit. I was in a band. We had to do breathing exercises all the time. Do you know how many times we do them? And like after 10, shit, not even 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
If I did it
like
for 10,
hyperventilating, basically almost.
almost, yeah. After 10 minutes, you're sitting there going, shit. I'm looking. Why is the ceiling spinning?
I was never kind of high though.
But it's still high. Why do you think they have oxygen tanks on planes?
For in case the cabin depressurizes.
And are you panicking? Are you going to be freaking out?
Me?
If average person gets on a plane, something goes wrong and the cabin depressurizes, and those things drop down, are people going to kind of freak out?
Yeah, most people are gonna freak
And
out.
when you're panicking, are you really breathing calmly?
That's one thing I've always wanted to get though. I've always wanted to get my own like personal parachute and bring it on plane. That's gonna be my fucking carry on.
And here's what I'm saying is
I will jump
when
on
you
that fucking plane.
when you put that mask on and you start just sucking that oxygen, straight oxygen,
Oh yeah, you're calm.
you're
as
calm.
fuck.
I didn't believe it at first. In the movie Fight Club, he says it. He goes, "Why is there oxygen tanks on planes? Because oxygen gets you high." And I never thought about it. And then all of a sudden I hit band class and we started doing this stuff and I fell over. The first time
I passed the fuck out.
for the first time we did breathing exercises, our teacher made us do it for 15 minutes. I fell over. PlayStation. I mean, don't get me wrong. That feeling was kind of fun.
Are we doing this whole video? on
Yes,
here?
yes we are.
Fuck it. Well, you gotta get some funny in this shit.
Funny. Is my face not funny enough?
You know, my balls are on it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
I got some funny.
Shut the fuck up.
Why not? Why not just
Because
ask everyone what this is?
No,
what
no.
does this look like to
No,
you
no.
people?
No.
Come on.
I will stab you. I will
You
stab.
act like I haven't been stabbed with something longer and sharper.
My dick doesn't count. Just put
You're
it
right, because
down.
it's not longer or sharper.
You don't know that.
Come on!
No. I never got around to finishing it. Just let it go.
Every time I look at it, it makes me smile.
Good for you.
Can I take that home?
Fire away. No, you cannot, because I'm going to erase it and reuse it.
Playing new games recently?
Far Cry 4. I got the Lego Batman game. Lego Batman.
Oh, you got
3.
Far Cry 4? You haven't invited me over to.
Not yet. We need to though. And
I'm gonna buy it. But
I got Black Flag. Don't get me wrong.
I need to buy a PS4 before like June though.
I gotta get one too. But
Well, no, because there's a game coming out that I really want to play. And that's,
which game?
Bloodborne. You ever play Dark Souls?
I'm not a fan.
Then you wouldn't like Bloodborne.
Yeah, I know.
But it's a little
I've looked
more-
it up.
It looks really good though.
I don't know. I did get Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and
You didn't get Unity, did you?
no, I'm not going to. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Oh god.
That's part of my issue. No, there was, Black Flag. Don't get me wrong. It's an Assassin's Creed game.
It's competitive. It's Call of Duty. It's the Call of Duty of like free roaming games.
Which is why I keep saying Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Halo. They all need to take a break. No, I mean Black Flag. It's interesting. It's definitely a different take. They're setting up the new character. But I mean, it's interesting. The pirate aspect it's very, very different, and I mean, I kind of enjoy it. It's not. I mean,
You guys have cable, right? You ever watch Black Sails?
No,
Pretty good.
I don't watch TV, bro.
I like those like HBO and Showtime made shows though.
I got
They're
the newsroom.
usually good.
I got the newsroom. I love that show.
Game of Thrones is awesome.
I want to get around to watching. I haven't had time yet. I want to sit down and watch that show.
You just take a weekend and catch up on all the episodes.
Don't have the time right now. I will at some point.
But that's what I did. I still have to. I have shit. It comes out soon. I got to catch up on season 4. Like I'd spent like a weekend and I watched 3 seasons, 20 something fucking episodes, an hour apiece, in a weekend. I don't know what's that. I think it's like 14 or 15 episodes, whatever.
I do have to say I have been reading a lot.
Why don't you just get the Book of Fire and Ice? That's what the whole Game of Thrones is based off of.
I understand. Again, what else? We got Star Wars coming out this year. And I know he's throwing a hissy fit about it again. I'm not going to knock it until I've seen it.
I need another trailer. I need a trailer, not a teaser. To change my mind. I need an actual fucking trailer.
People flipped shit about the double-bladed lightsaber.
Triple.
No. People flipped about the double in Phantom Menace. And it turned out to be one of the coolest things ever. In fact, it
wasn't even a bad idea, though. Like, it wasn't like a ridiculous-looking idea.
I'm not gonna lie, it does look weird, but But it
doesn't. It's basically like a bow.
I'm not gonna knock it until I've seen it. Well, at that point, his sword is like William Wallace's claymore. That's all it is.
I mean, I get that, but you can't use it in the same fashion. You can't grab the end of your lightsaber to stab someone in the throat with the side of it.
Neither could William Wallace. That was not his sword wouldn't do that.
Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of from Fuck, what is that movie that has Orlando Bloom? It's based in
Legolas? Lord of the Rings?
No, not that shit. No, I'm not saying that shit, but not that series.
I just got done watching that.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Oh, I never saw it.
Well, in there they use because like the cross members are actually pointed on the ends, so you could grab the blade and like if you're in close.
William Wallace has just had the cross guard. That's basically what it looked like.
But the cross guard is lightsabers.
Right, but even in the cross guard, they never touch any part of your body as you're swinging them anyway.
They could.
They don't. If you use it correctly, it will never touch you, and I only know that.
One thing I never understood with lightsaber is the ambient heat that it would give off.
Oh, because if you cut off somebody's arm, it cauterizes it or whatever. Cauterizes it.
No, I get the whole fact, but the ambient heat. from it just being fucking near you. It melts through doors, so that thing is like 2,000 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So the ambient heat around you would just...
It'd be a little warm.
Holes. Sorry, George Lucas. Came 30 years or 40 years late.
Not really. I mean, think about it. The people using it have
But the
mystic
people around
abilities.
them. But like other people around them.
They're not really using them in, crowded, Coruscant lower level areas.
Yeah, they did. Episode 2.
I mean, even in... So, yeah, they used it in...
Literally in Coruscant and lower levels. At that one fucking bar to catch the changeling.
But they were away from people.
No, he took his lightsaber inside of the bar.
He did it in Mos Eisley in Episode 4.
That too. But in the bar when they were chasing the changeling through the bar.
Oh, yeah, because he cut off her hand.
Yes.
And again, it was so fast that, I mean...
Still ambient heat.
We're also in space. Think about the difference. I mean, we don't know anything about from the movies. We don't know. Shit, it could get off more heat as it touches things. We don't know. Just saying.
It's magic. It's just magic. That's all it is. Stop saying it's the Force. It's just magic, George Lucas.
That is why the what is it called? Can't remember the name of them, but the things that hold the Force, the midichlorians or whatever. I'm having trouble thinking of them right now.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, the things that hold. I mean, that was how Anakin Skywalker was born. They've had theories that those are what created Anakin Skywalker. I mean, it's just.
So his mom didn't have sex with somebody?
No, that's because he is the representation of Jesus, the dying and resurrecting. Why do you think everything's done in threes? 3 is such a big number. He turned to the dark side, and then 3 movies later, he saved himself. He rose again.
Yeah, I've never seen or heard about that representation. I heard the representation of good and evil, yes.
Right, but I mean, if you all you have to do is think about it. It's the same thing with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. 2 sons of Adam, 2 sons of Eve. There's a lot of stuff in almost everything, a lot of folklore that you can look at, and it ends up going back to...
I am taking a ancient mythology class.
That should be fun.
So I'm going to end up doing weekly updates on that. First random shit that I learned that I find cool. Any of you guys who are into that shit?
No, there's so much stuff. I mean...
Can't wait to go back to college.
Like, even Assassin's Creed, like...
Oh yeah, like the Templar Wars?
Well, no, I mean, I laughed because I had a friend of mine. Sure, the Assassin's Creed 3 came in 5 games. But Desmond died in 3.
Yeah.
And saved the world in 3.
There's more than 5 games.
I know, but Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3, the number 3 represents, I mean, it's just a big number. It's like 6, 666, 7 threes.
Well, it would be 3 sevens, but
777, it's the same deal. It's in the whole, I mean, we only have to use 7 once, I guess. I mean, I guess 777 is not that big of a deal. Apparently the Catholic Church didn't want to go there. But,
even though it's mentioned in the Bible everywhere.
Yeah.
The 7th trumpet is...
Right, but
sounded.
But the reason that's 666 is for, like, bad, worse, evil.
It's the mark of the beast.
Yeah, but it's the sense of, like, everybody's like, we call it the holy, holy, holy. You say holy, 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 which is like holy, holy, or holiest. So it's the same thing with bad. There's bad, worse, and evil. So, but
I'm fucking evil! Yes, Vegeta, yes you are.
But no, like I kept saying, I go, why do you think they had Desmond die in the 3rd Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 3?
Why? Because no game series should ever go longer than 3 fucking games.
Not my point. God, how the hell do you keep up with anything?
I get your point, but that is still my point, that game series should There are very few game series that I have ever played where I liked anything past the third one.
Mortal Kombat.
There's one.
Far Cry's pretty cool, and they're on like 8.
They have a very good strat. They have a very... I don't know.
Far Cry 3 and 4. Far Cry 2 was the revolution of Far Cry. Far Cry 3 was enhanced. Far Cry 4 is even...
They have a really good winning formula, and you can do so much. It's an open world gameplay. Like GTA is an open world, and there's so many stories that can be told because it's based off of like real situations and like or could be real situations. You can wreak havoc during that shit, which just becomes a little unrealistic. But if you played it like completely correctly of how you would have to do it to survive that,
yeah, sure, you can get a tank and run through the town without the cops stopping you. Yeah, sure.
they try to stop you.
Not if you don't touch anything. If you just keep
There
driving...
aren't very many missions where you just take the tank and you sort of drive it somewhere.
I know, but if you just...
Because usually when you steal it, you have the...
Right, and
they're on you, so they are going to be chasing you.
And then once you get out of that, they're just like, oh, look, a tank driving down the road.
Yeah.
Like I said, Far Cry used to be...
But that's sandbox.
Far Cry used to be a rail.
Yes.
It used to be a level design, level by level. And now it's open world sandbox, and...
Which 3 is what started, like really.
2 did it.
I know 2 did it, but it really.
And that's what I'm saying. 3 really enhanced it.
3 is like basically the first game and where they're taking it off into this new direction.
Yep. I mean, 2.
Blood Dragon was a big hit.
2 was the start of let's see if we can do this, and then Far Cry 3 happened, and it was like,
It's just like the new Batman games. Arkham Asylum was, can we do this? Is this going to be good?
Arkham City was let's expand and see what happens.
And then
there was Arkham Origins, and now they're doing Arkham Knight. I mean,
which will be the end? It's the end one.
I doubt that.
I don't. They're usually
Because if that would have happened, then
Joker's already dead.
But this is before that.
Arkham Knight's after. Origins was before.
And Arkham Knight is still before.
I thought it was after.
It's fucking stupid. It's like Halo, and like I said, Halo, take a break.
They wouldn't have had to take a break if they didn't make the 3 extra games that they did. That didn't need to be there.
That's fair. That's true.
Halo 1, 2, and 3 by themselves.
Halo 1 and 2. I don't like 3.
I thought you didn't like 4.
I didn't like anything after 2. I'm very, very picky. I'm very, very critical, and I'm very, very picky.
I like 3 because it just ended the saga. That's where it ended.
I can give you that.
The reason why I liked it. Now, and I actually love the ending where they made the plaque for him. He was lost, gone. If they would have left it at that, I think people would have been mad about not having another game. But it was closed.
They could have done what Star Wars did. You finished the first 3, and then there were just books written. Fucking let people read. That's what I've been.
They have books.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They could have left it at books and been fine.
Because Halo Reach, the book, is amazing.
The game, I didn't like the game.
Neither did I. It wasn't what I don't know. Reading the book though, like reading those books, I forget what the one previous to that was, where it was when John Spartan got kidnapped, or whatever. Just call him John.
Yeah.
Part number 117 is when he got kidnapped as a kid. They gave clones to their parents and trained them. It went through the whole thing. It was well done, and like how they grew up and why they were so competitive with each other, and all the struggles.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You could never make a game off of that, but
it would. I mean, you'd have to do something like Dragon Age at that point. That kind of style, being able to run around and talk to people. But it would never work, not for Halo. You want to know what game I liked in the Halo series that was kind of just so far off everything? I liked Halo Wars.
It was fun.
It was. I like those real time strategy games. That was always something fun to do.
Yeah, because I just re-downloaded Warcraft 3. I'm playing the fuck out of that.
Let's see.
I'm downloading Resident Evil HD Remastered tonight.
That would be cool. I was never a big fan of those games either.
Some people on the social media stuff I've been doing have asked me to do it because they never got to play the original.
Oh yeah.
So they want to know if it's. I played the original. I've beaten the original.
The original's pretty cool. Again,
but they want to know if it's like the same. Like So if it's changed at all, if it's not like the original, from what I saw from the gameplay though, it's
Pretty close.
pretty damn close. You can't walk and shoot. It's still walk backwards, shoot twice, walk backwards,
Shoot
shoot
twice.
twice.
Yeah, that was the thing about Resident. Those that horror style stuff that just
That's
doesn't.
not horror though.
The zombie stuff just doesn't do it for me.
It's a survival game. It's a survival game. That's it.
But with zombies, that's where you lose me.
They're not zombies.
What would you call them?
Xenomorphs.
You still lost me. Like, I've watched video, I thought about getting Alien Isolation. Man, I watched video after video of that stuff.
It looks really good, but I don't think there's not enough in it that I would be able to sit down and play through the entire thing.
I think the same thing.
Silent Hill, love it. I love Silent Hill. Fuck!
It's good. It's still going.
Jeez, how long is your goddamn password?
The screen just blacked out. Don't listen to this kid.
You complained about me having a password on my computer.
Yeah, because I didn't know it. I don't play games on my computer. I mean, I do. I play shit. What is the name of that game?
Which game?
Age of Empires.
How did I know you were going to say that? I love that game, though.
I like Age of Mythology, Age of Empires.
from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When they were doing that.
That movie was awful.
I like the fight scenes. I hate Megan Fox
And
so
the-
much. She ruins the
the-
entire
no.
goddamn fuck.
Funny enough, she's not even the problem.
How?
You cannot you turn the Foot Clan into a fucking group of thugs. You turned a ninja group into thugs. Gun-wielding thugs.
In some of the games, they did shoot at you.
Yeah. But guess what? That's not what they were. They were a ninja group. This is why
Although the Shredder thing went a little far, I thought.
I thought that was a cool take on the new Shredder.
I thought it was a cool thing. I thought it was a little far, and it was definitely a Transformers themed.
Oh,
kind of thing.
absolutely. You could tell that was a Michael Bay thing.
What do you think of Splinter?
I loved him.
God, he was fucking awesome.
For those of you that know, I am a Raphael fan through and through.
I am a Michelangelo fan.
You and my girlfriend, Jesus Christ. The dude was so annoying that I was just like the rest of them by the end of the movie going, Jesus Christ, just shut
That's
up.
his personality, though.
And I
He's a
tell
geek.
I tell those people to shut the fuck up.
He's a geek.
Me too. You don't see me being fucking annoying like him. Not to everybody, Jesus. I know when to shut my hole.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. I thought the action scenes were pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the Foot Clan portion of it, just because it doesn't really bother me because there were so many different enemies.
That's
In
Ninja
it.
Turtle shit.
In the games, though, they shot at you. They had machine
In the
guns.
comics, they didn't. Not in any of the comics I ever read about them.
The original ones were really dark and adult, though.
Even the new ones. The new ones, they probably added guns, but fuck. There's no...
Here's the problem, is that the Ninja Turtles, being as they were, the Foot Clan never stood a chance before.
They didn't stand a chance now.
At least they gave them guns.
And as you saw...
They got guns!
And as you saw, that they bounced off the shell, and... Which really... I mean, that was almost hard to believe.
Off the shell, no. Off the chest, yes.
Off the bullets go through turtle shells.
Mutant turtle shells.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're 6 foot fucking tall turtles. Imagine how much thicker that is than a normal turtle shell.
And you think that having that kind of turtle shell will...
Against a 223, yes.
Pistol?
No, 223 is an
I
assault.
don't know
assault
what the
rifle.
fuck it is.
It's an assault rifle caliber. It's what the military uses, and it's a piece of shit. It's like a little bigger than a 22. It has no velocity. Has nothing behind it. It's just ping ping.
Just not. I got it, and then, I bought it.
7.62 would probably definitely.
What?
Jesus fuck.
I didn't hear you say what.
7.62.
Oh, okay.
Which is like a 308, which is like a high-powered hunting rifle.
I got you.
That would do some damage. The 50 cal in there, if it had hit them, would have done some damage.
How did it not?
They were. falling
It's like
down a
James.
mountain.
It's like James Bond movies. You shoot enough bullets and they don't hit one guy.
I did like the original one when they brought Daniel Craig out, though.
Casino Royale.
Yes, it brought a little more essence of fucking realism because the fight scenes were pretty fucking good. Like
yeah,
the
they
hand-to-hand
went
shit.
Born Identity. That was kind of what was going on in that during that time. I like Skyfall the best because it brought back the real James Bond shit. I like as much as I sometimes it's like
Skyfall's the one where M dies, right?
that's the realest James Bond.
I really did like that one though. I'm mad that M died.
She needed to. They had to replace her. She's getting old.
Yeah. Well, we're almost at an hour.
I know. Don't get me wrong.
Fuck you all. You can watch us talk for a goddamn hour. We haven't been around in 3 weeks. Just watch it in 3 parts. We're telling you this at the end of it.
Yeah, I know. The Expendables. I know those are. Let's be honest. Those are pretty dumb movies. I have all 3 because
They're awesome though.
They're just
dumb,
fun
but
to
they're
watch.
fucking awesome. They're fun to watch, which is why I consider the Ninja Turtles. I don't consider it supposed to be like an actual.
These are based off of nothing. It's anything like it's like comic books. You can't fuck up a superhero movie.
I know, but
It's already been done, and they fucked up superhero movies, and people light it up.
Green Lantern.
Yeah. Iron Man 3, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Not even out yet.
And they've already messed it up. Iron Man did not make Ultron. Ant-Man did. They have Ant-Man coming in after. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they're making a story. But, the new Fantastic Four reboot, again, don't get me wrong. I'm going to sound racist, but it's not. Johnny Storm is not black. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard about that yet. What?
Yeah, the new Johnny Storm.
Who's playing Johnny Storm?
Michael B. Jordan or whatever.
Wait, Michael Jai White?
No.
I don't know who the other guy is. I know Michael Jai White because he was fucking Spawn. Which as much as horrible as that movie was, I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
And don't get me wrong, they're doing like the Suicide Squad, and Will Smith is going to be Deadshot. I think Will Smith will be able to pull it off. Do I think they're fucking it up? Yeah, because Deadshot's not black. It'd be like me taking Katniss Everdeen and making it a guy. Everybody'd be like, it's not a guy, though. Well, duh. Everybody's trying so hard to be different, and it's just...
You're not giving people what they want.
When there's been stories written for 50-plus years with characters that were made in the 1950s.
By the way, what's your take on the Amazing Spider-Man?
I'm not a Spider-Man fan.
Even so, even not being a Spider-Man fan,
I know enough.
did you watch the first 2?
The first one wasn't a big...
I'm saying like the Amazing Spider-Man, like the new...
Yeah, the first one I liked.
Did you watch the second one?
What about it? Which part are you talking in? I haven't seen all of it, but
I was surprised they actually killed off Gwen Stacy.
She actually died in the comic.
I know that, but I'm surprised that they actually did it.
And actually, it was such a big deal in the movie, it wasn't a huge deal in the comics. It was big, but it wasn't anything that anybody lost their minds over. They only lost their minds over because it was Emma Stone. You cannot disagree with that.
I don't know, but there's a bigger emotional portion to Peter Parker when he's live, and you can see emotion in it to make it be a bigger effect.
Yeah.
The comics, you can tell that he loves her and all that stuff, but you don't get like the extent.
Well, shit, I just read a comic the other day and I about pissed myself in anger. It's a comic book.
Which one?
Batman Eternal.
I just don't even want to read new comics anymore.
Fucking Batman is getting his ass beat. not really getting. I mean, he's having difficulties right now.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's some bullshit.
I mean, it's got about every character you can ever think of in the Batman series, and you have no idea. Anytime you think you know what's going on, and that's where the comics are leading. The next issue when it comes out, you get sideswiped and you have no idea what's going on.
But isn't that what you want?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's what you want, but it's just, oh my god, it's so difficult. I mean, it's a wonder. I mean, if anybody asked me if I could, they're like, if you could suggest a comic right now, what'd you do? Batman Eternal. Granted, it comes out every week and it's on issue 42 coming out this upcoming Wednesday.
How much is each issue?
Huh?
How much is each issue?
$2.99.
It's not bad.
But I mean, it's just. I mean, it's.
So you get the whole set for a little over $100 if you wanted to catch up.
Right. But I mean, it's a phenomenal story. I mean, Batman's. I mean, he's lost control of Gotham. Jim Gordon's in jail. Like, I mean, there's just. And everybody's at each other's throats, and there's so much backstabbing, and people who were his enemies becoming his friends, but only for like an issue or like half an issue. It's right. I mean, right now,
It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I mean, there's so many problems going on at the same time. Like, there's so many different players at work, and it's just like It's so good, but you finish it, and then it's like, no, I gotta fucking wait a week.
I want to watch Pulp Fiction again.
What?
Motherfucking Royale with cheese.
What?
Say what again?
Where are you from? What? What? What ain't in a country I never heard of? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah, yes!
Oh. I love it. When he does the whole... Do you know what they call a cheeseburger?
Yeah, my buddy and I, one day we were playing Call of Duty, and we turned our microphone sets, like as we spoke, into like high chipmunk form. So as we're playing Call of Duty online, he and I were going through the entire scene. And so it was like, what? What in every country I ever heard of? Do they speak English or what? What? English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Like, that was the voice going on, and you could just... You hear guys on the other end just dying laughing. I mean, it was probably the worst game of Call of Duty that, like, across the board, because everybody was too busy laughing. Oh, God.
I gotta watch the movie again. I haven't seen it for a little while.
I watched Kill Bill, both 1 and 2, the other day. Holy shit.
Dude, that movie is... They're good. They're so good that they're bad.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. Like, they're so good at movies that they're bad. Like, it's not that they're so bad that they're good.
You want to know, and thing about movies right now is there's always, especially with the movies I watch, there's always a character I attach myself to that I can, and usually within their group of friends, I can attach like someone in my friend group to them. I was watching Hercules, the one with Dwayne Johnson.
Was it any good?
I love the movie.
I heard it was. I
saw it in theaters with my girlfriend, and so it was, got it on Blu-ray now. And there's one scene towards the end of the movie. This guy has the ability to like see into the future.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
He's like, it's my fate, And at one point, he's like, I'm gonna die in a place that looks a lot like hell. And towards the end of the movie, their big fight scene. It's the finale, and the soldier throws a spear, and it goes through like a flame, and the spear catches on fire. And he sees it, and he just he accepts it. Hercules walks up, snags it out of the air, turns around, and throws it back. And the guy goes, "Excuse me? That was my fate. That was my moment." And Hercules looks at him and just says, "You're welcome," and walks off. And I, remembering it in theater, but totally forgot it was coming because I wasn't watching, I started laughing, and I recorded it, and I sent it to a friend of mine, and I go, "This reminds me of you and me, and like how we act at work and something that we'd say." And she responds back, and she's laughing. She's like, "What's that from?" I'm like, "Hercules." And she goes, "Oh, I gotta watch that." And we were just laughing. Danny.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And we were just laughing. Well, then I was watching The Expendables, and in the first movie, there's a part where they have a big fight scene.
At the beginning, right?
Towards the beginning when they land on the island. Like when they were scoping it out and they're fighting the soldiers.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but Jason Statham throws a knife and catches a guy, and he falls down, but then a guy on the other side of the truck pops up and points his gun, and Stallone pulls out a pistol and shoots him from far away, and Statham's like, "Are you crazy? You could have killed me!" And Stallone goes, "You're welcome!" And Statham's just like...
I don't know.
And Stallone reply, he just goes... And I started dying laughing because it was the second movie in 2 days. And I sent her a movie. I go, "We just had another moment." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "The You're Welcome moment?" She goes, "Yeah, what movie?" And I go, "Expendables." And she goes, "You know I hate those movies." So I filmed it again and sent it to her on my phone. And she goes, "All right, not going to lie, that was funny as shit."
They have some good... I like the Expendables. They're so bad with the dialogue sometimes is so good.
Like in the
Between
second
them.
one, there's one point where Schwarzenegger's like, "I'll be back," and Bruce Willis is like,
other way. There was the other way.
No, because
Bruce Willis says, "I'll be back," and Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "Yippee-ki-yay."
hang on, you just ruined the fucking punchline. You didn't.
You were
even
saying the wrong people.
No. Schwarzenegger goes, "I'll be back," and Willis goes, No. You've been back enough. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
Yippee-ki-yay. How much Coke have you drank this weekend? Jesus.
Oh, this is about 2.5 weeks
You got
worth.
another one?
No.
Damn it.
I'm trying to tell a story in this motherfucker. God damn it.
Well,
You're right. It was the other way around, but you...
I think that's about it for Bullets and Brushes for our little web show. This is a long one. Quite a few
Hopefully he
rants
doesn't
there,
ruin anything next time.
which is coming up shortly. All right, I'm Bullets.
I'm fucking Brushes.
Godspeed and God bless.